Good morning, students. In the last class, I told about review of literature. It is an extensive survey of available past studies relevant to the field of investigation. It gives knowledge about what others have found out in the related field of study and how they have done so. Purpose of review. Here to gain a background knowledge of the research topic, to identify the concept relating to it, potential relationship between them, and to formulate researchable hypothesis, to identify appropriate methodology, research design, methods of measuring concepts, and techniques of the analysis, to identify data sources used by other researchers, to learn how others structured their reports. So these are all called as purpose of research. Next one is sources of literature, where we can get the literature regarding the study. So here, books and journals, electronic databases, bibliographic databases, abstract databases, full text databases, government and industry reports, internet, research, dissertation and thesis. So these are all called as sources of literature where we can get. That is, books related to the certain topics and theory. For example, if it is your research related to coffee or coffee industry, coffee laborers, coffee market fluctuations, or that is competition in the national and international market, that is this information you can get from the books and related journals. Next, electronic databases like bibliographic databases, abstract databases, full text databases you can get from the internet or from any other social media. Government and industry reports, government of Karnataka or government of India and related industry. For example, if it is coffee related to coffee, means coffee industry are preparing a reports every year. That is, this year report will get in the next year, or that is in the coming years. On the basis of that, you have to collect the information with the help of internet. That is by Google, with important aspects in the internet, you can get the information. Next one is research dissertations or thesis. Research dissertation thesis means that is MPhil thesis or PhD thesis or dissertation. On the basis of that also you can get in the master degree in MBA or MCom, MA. That is in engineering also there are dissertations are there. So on the basis of those dissertations or thesis we can get the information. Next aspect is recording the literature. The most suitable method of recording notes is called as card system. The card recording system involves use of two sets of cards, that is scores cards, that is 3 into 5 used for noting bibliographic information, that is note cards like 5 into 8 used for actual note taking. So by taking all the information, you can go through collecting the previous data regarding the problem. So there are source cards. There are two purposes: provide documentary information for footnotes, and second one is it is used for complying bibliography to given to the end of the report. That is from where you are getting the information. You should not copy the information from others directly. You can give the note or courtesy. That is where you get the information. Otherwise, it comes under the plagiarism. Plagiarism is not accepted by the government or any authority. That is, if not, you are not able to mention the where you get the information. So source cards are served two types. Next one is source cards. That is users of source cards. That is, here you can have the recording of bibliographic information should be made in paper bibliographic format. The format for citing a book is author name, year, title of the book, place of publication, publisher's name. So here, for example, Coons Herald, the book is Management, publisher is New Delhi, that is publication is New Macquarie Hall International. So this is called as the format of citing a book is author name, that is year, title of the book, place of publication, publisher's name. The format for citing journal article is author's name, year, title of the article, journal name, volume or number of pages. For example, Seth Jain in the year 1973, a model of industrial buying behavior, Journal of Marketing, 34th, 37th volume, and 4th number, that is page number from 50 to 56. So these are all the information you have to give in the, that is particular information what you bought from others. That is what we call as in the research, the review of literature. So these are all called as in different versions, MLA version or API format. So you should remember that you should mention in the proper way where you get the information. That is on the basis of bias you cannot give, or on the basis of your imagination you cannot give the information. Next one is note cards. Note cards are detailed information extracted from a printed source is recorded on the note cards. It is desirable to note a single factor idea on each card on one side. So on the basis of all this also you can get the points. The points to be kept in mind while reviewing the literature: read relevant literature, refer original works, read with comprehension, read in time, index the literature. For example, if you are going to study on problems and prospectus of coffee growers in special reference to Chikmagalur district, means you read the relevant literature related to the Chikmagalur, that is only Chikmagalur city or Chikmagalur taluk or Chikmagalur district. Suppose you take the problems and prospectus of coffee growers, means that is it covers the whole globe. You cannot get the information. Or if the problems and prospects of coffee growers in Karnataka, means you can't get the sufficient information. For that purpose you have to limit your scope for the particular area. At that time you will get the exact literature. That is, refer original works. That is, you should not go the works which are copied or for the purpose of name or for the purpose of the completion of the degree. Some of the work which you can find in completion of master degree or MBA or engineering, that is, their dissertation is not so much better. That is, they are copy and pasting the system by the cyber centers, but the students are not working properly. But while in case of we are doing the research work regarding the burning issues or social relevance, you have to go through the original works. Read with comprehension. That is, you should know all the directions. That is what we call as 360-degree information you have to collect, whether your information is suitable to your work or not. Read in time. Suppose most of the works we can find in while preparing the article or preparing the papers for publication, they are using the data related to 5 years, past 5 years or 6 years old and worn out data. We cannot deny on that, that is, rely on those data. That is, data should be, that is, in current, that is, affairs are related to current issues or the contemporary issues. Read in time. Next, index the literature. You have to index the literature. That is, otherwise you cannot get the proper information. Next aspect is defining problem results in clear-cut research objectives. So here, while we are defining the problem, result in clear-cut research objectives should become symptom detection, analysis of the situation, problem definition, statement of research objectives. Here most of the cases our topic says one thing, our objective says another, and our conclusion says, data entry analysis and interpretation gives the different meaning, or finally you can give the findings and suggestions. So these are all, that is, should be interrelated. While you are defining the problem, results in clear-cut research objectives. That is, your problem, what your problem says. For example, problem faced by the coffee growers in Chikmagalur district, means your problem should be, what are the problem, whether it is financial problem or labor problem or marketing problem or any other problem, government policies, rules, regulations. So these are all export and import, that is, restrictions imposed by the government. So everything you should, that is, define properly in the problem. Then on the basis of that you have to prepare the, or that is, fix the objectives for the study. Otherwise your study should not fruitful or useful to the society. Next one, establishment of research objectives. So research objectives are the specific components of the research problem that you will be working to answer or complete in order to answer the overall research problem. So research objectives are the specific components of research problem that you will working to answer or complete in order to answer the overall research. So here, that is, your objective should be, that is, framed on the basis of your problem. For example, that is, the most of the people who belongs to Chikmagalur district are coffee planters. That is, it is a hypothesis. The hypothesis is the people who belongs to Chikmagalur all are coffee growers. That is, it is a hypothesis. Whether it is proved so, it is called as null hypothesis. Otherwise, it is called as alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis means most of, that is, all the people or people who are living in Chikmagalur, all are coffee growers means, or estate owners means, it is alternative hypothesis. But it is wrong, because in Chikmagalur only 5 to 10% of the total population or total family are, that is, owning the coffee land. Others are working in different fields. So our problem, that is objective, should be related to the problems only. The objectives refers the questions to be answered through the study. They indicate what we are trying to get from the study or the expected results, outcomes of the study. That is, objectives refers to questions to be answered through the study. That is, objects to be prepared on the basis of the problem. That is, it should be based on the problem and it should be answered through the study by collecting the information either from primary data or secondary data. That is, by direct interview or questionnaire method, or that is face-to-face or telephone interview or any other type. We have to collect the information related to the particular study. Next aspect is establishment of research objectives. Research objectives should be clear and achievable. That is, it should not be vague. That is, it should not be imaginary one. The objectives may be specified in the form of either statements or questions. That is, the objectives may be specified in the form of either statements or questions. That is, it is very important. Generally, they are written as statements using the word to, or to discover, to determine, to establish. So like that. That is, it is mentioned in the, that is, it should start from to only. Next aspect is research question and research objectives. For example, if you take one example, why organizations introduce team briefing? So for that research question, the objective should be to identify organization objectives for team briefing schemes. Second research question is, how can the effectiveness of team briefing methods be measured? To establish suitable effectiveness criteria for team briefing methods. Has team briefing been effective? This is the research question. Research objective should be to describe effectiveness of team briefing. So this is what we called as research question and research objectives. It should be in the proper way. So students, while we are going through these problems, we have to, that is, go through each and every aspect related to the research. Otherwise, our research should not be complete or it should not be reliable. Thank you.